Hey, welcome back for another edition of Forex Tech Magazine. It is your host, Lewis, and today is, my friends, March 1st, 2019. Hope you guys have had opportunity to make some money so far this year. If you have not, sit right there, hang tight with us, and hopefully we can share some tips and tidbits that will change that for you. Okay? Before we get into that, let's get into this. This is the disclaimer, and it goes a little something like this. Any and all information shared with you by Forex Tech Magazine should be considered to be for educational and entertainment purposes only. Nothing that is shared with you by Forex Tech Magazine should be considered to be investment advice. If you are in need of investment advice, then our suggestion to you would be to seek out the assistance of a licensed, competent advisor. Now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and get right on into it, man. Let's look at some trades. First of all, let's do a recap of what happened so far this week. And those of you who've been keeping up will know that we were in three currency pairs. We were in the Great Britain Pound New Zealand Dollar, Great Britain Pound Canadian Dollar, and the Great Britain Pound Aussie Dollar. And I got to say, it was a pretty good week for all of our pairs. We were trading off of the 1 hour chart, and we actually hit our take profit on all of the pairs. And when we were trading the pairs, we were actually trading with a risk-free trade in place. So pretty much it meant that no matter what the market was going to do, for the most part, unless there was some type of glitch or fat finger or some type of, I don't know, huge, eventful sell-off, we were going to make a profit because just with the normal market up and down movements, shouldn't really be a reason why our stop loss would get bypassed and prevent us from getting out of the market with the profit. And if we look, let's see here. Let's see, the Canadian dollar, that was the last one that actually hit yesterday, right before the last day of the month. So we were able to do, what's that, 18,300 and some odd dollars off of that one. We just say 18,000. We're just going to round up, all right? 18,000 on that one. Excuse me. The Great Britain Pound Aussie Dollar, we were able to do, looks like 26,000 on that one. And then the Great Britain Pound New Zealand Dollars, looks like we were able to do about 12,000 on that one. So for a total of about 56, almost 57,000 for the month. And that was just in 1 week. That was just this week here, right? It looks like we took these, we opened up these pairs on the 25th. Yeah, remember that? Just came home around about 6 p.m. on the 25th. Went in, saw the setup where price had crossed over into the buy zone, and then immediately just said, you know what, these look like some good buys. Let's go ahead and place the order, leverage it up. Use 10 standard lots per order, which is a lot of leverage. But just given the circumstances, looking at the trades, looking at the potential momentum, it looks like it was building up in them, and thought it was a good trade. And then once we got profitable, I went ahead and switched it to a risk-free trade and locked in our profits. And then we was able to sit back and just kind of watch this thing play out. One of them actually closed within 24 hours. Actually, probably a little less than 24 hours, which was the Great Britain Pound New Zealand Dollar, which that was good. The other ones kind of came in a little bit thereafter. The Great Britain Pound Aussie Dollar took about 2 days, opened up on the 25th, closed it out on the 27th. And the Great Britain Pound Canadian Dollar, of course, took 3 days, opened up on the 25th, and closed it out on the 28th. So, all in all, it was a good month, great week. And now, it's time to get back to trading. I'm not going to go into a whole bunch of details about what happened, what we did. Just because you can go back and you can look at the old tapes and pick all that up there. What we're going to do now is start looking at what's going on for today, tomorrow, next week, and do we see any setups, new setups in the market? Right now, it's like we're in a consolidation period, right? Market went up, hit that price, hit that um, target, the D extension, and now we're having a pullback. So far, it's pulled back to what's that? The 0.236 extension here. Could pull back farther. Remember, we're not going to be buying until we see price cross over this descending trend line here. And maybe a little too steep. Let's see here. Yeah. So once it cross over this descending trend line, then we know that's a buy signal for us to be able to come into the market. But we're not getting in until excuse me until we see that. So hold on to New Zealand, Great Britain pound New Zealand. Same thing here with the Great Britain pound Canadian dollar. Look like a lot of energy kind of went out of the market, like somebody kind of let the air out of the tire. So we'll hold off on that one. This one still looks good to trade. Be very cautious with this one though. And the reason being because they had a shallow pullback. If you're gonna trade this one, make sure you trade with a tight stop loss. Looks like the target is almost reached, which is here. This is the extension. Pips away on me. Yeah, about 60 pips away. Not anything I would particularly want to trade, but if it's something that you want to get in, initial stop loss should probably be right about here. Use minimum leverage amount, and then push stop loss up to risk-free trade once you get a profit on the table. Here, it's pullback mode. Yeah, this right here is in a holding pattern for right now. Won't buy just yet. It's moving sideways. Yeah, same thing for here. Won't buy right now. Put a hold on that one as well. What else we got? Right then. Aussie US dollar. This one here is just, once again, it's a muddled mess. Here's the extension. The price should be going to. Right now, we're at multi-year lows for this particular pair. Use extreme caution if you decide to trade this pair. Just because you're at that multi-year lows. We're still waiting what's going to come out of all this stuff with the talks with the tariffs. My anticipation is that once they come out of the talks with the tariffs, that they got to come away with something, some type of trade deal. Neither economy really can afford to kind of walk away from the table. I mean, maybe the U.S. is in a little bit better position, but definitely not China, so something's got to come out of it. And when it does, it should see some excitement in this pair pushing the Aussie dollar up, just because Australians economy is basically just dependent upon what happens on the Chinese economy, and same thing with the U.S. economy. Um, so I would expect that if we get positive news, that you get a positive reaction here with this currency pair, and it may take that it has to complete this sequence before that happens, but I don't know, because it looks like we're starting to get a breakdown. If we look over here, we're getting low, higher low, higher high. It looked like it was for a moment trying to, higher low, higher low, higher low, right? Higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high. It's trying to push up. Then we have price breakdown. Then try to go and do the same, repeat the same pattern again. Higher highs and higher lows. Push back down, and now we're back here again. So we got a bit of a sideways movement right now, right? And typically when price moves sideways, what did we say before? I think 70% of the time it's gonna when it comes out of the sideways movement, it trends in the direction that it was originally going. What the original direction was, I believe we had some downward momentum before it started moving sideways. So it may resume that. You just got to be mindful, because this spike right here was an anomaly. Not to say that it could not revisit that again, but just to say that if it does, man, you don't want to. You just got to really be careful. So this one right here, I'm gonna tell you, like I say a lot of times, trade with extreme caution. Place tight stop losses with this one if you do decide to trade, and make sure that you are, locking in profits. Can't express that enough. I think this year is definitely just that year, the year of the locking in profits, because if you're trading without doing that, you just put yourself at, you're just doing it to yourself. Downside, so it's in the downside mode now. I would not necessarily get in just right now at the moment. What I'd be waiting for is one or two things. One, for price to retouch this downward trend line, right? And then begin to break down. And at the same time, price breaking through the upward trend line. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here in just a second. All right, so I'm looking at a couple things here. So let's see here. All right, so like this right here. This right here is a perfect example. This thing's not. Boom. All right. So clearly, prices starting moving a downward trend, right? So here's the uptrend here. All right. Looks like it hit a peak, because then you start to get, price starting to move back, right? And as long as price is bouncing off this trend line here, then it appears that we're moving up, right? But when we get this intersection right here, where downward pricing action meets potential upward price action, we see that the bears win, right? It's kind of like the intersection where the bulls and the bears meet. And we see that the bears went out and price starts to drop. So for me, these little inflection points right here are good areas to look at selling, especially if we believe that price is pushing lower, right? So boom, this right here would be an area that you would be looking to sell once you get closed below. Boom. And then you can look to put your stop loss back at the swing high or someplace. All right, let price make its move. Lock in your lock in your profits, and then let price, do what it's gonna do. Now, in this particular pair here, we probably would have got stopped out, once we locked in our profits because of the spike up here, but that's okay, because all you gotta do is go back in and look for another entry within this particular pair. Which all you gotta do is come in, you can draw it yourself, or you can have it do it for you, right? And boom. Price is moving up, and boom, as the price comes back down, but you can go back in and draw your trend line. So the ideal is just to keep looking for areas where the idea is to keep looking for areas where let me see what here price. The idea is to keep looking for areas where you can re-enter into the market after you've been stopped out of the market with a profit, right? Keep the stop losses tight, so that way you're not risking a lot, and then at the same time enable yourself to be able to make a profit over the long haul. Okay. But with this particular pair here, and I got to tell you, if you've been just sitting in this for a minute, man, you definitely went through a range of emotions. What is this thing? I think a lot of this just has to do with the market just being uncertain about what's happening with that trade agreement. So it's 60 pips off. So we're less than 65 pips away from the de-extension. And we did get it, and if we get some good reports coming out on the U.S. side tomorrow, this thing is definitely going to push towards that de-extension, and then look for the move up, probably from there. All right. What's the next one we got to look at? U.S. Canadian dollar. Once again, if I think that everybody's been down on the U.S. dollar for so long. Yeah. I think the dollar may be seeing a resurgence here. Yep. The dollar may be coming off of the lows. Let's see. So it looks like what may be happening is that the dollar is coming up off its lows and it's getting ready to come back and start pushing back towards that D extension. And that may be the reason why you are seeing some of this price action. Some of this price action. And some of these weaknesses and some of these pairs is paired up with the dollar. Let's see. Boom. Boom. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. So once it hits that D extension, right? Then I would probably look for this thing to push back up. Just kind of coming to a point right here where it looks like it wants to cross over, right, back into the buy zone because it's kind of bottoming out, right? And it's just getting more compressed, more compressed, more compressed, and to the point that at some point right over in here, it's not really gonna have a choice. You either drop lower or push higher because it's getting compressed. So something's gotta give. And this right here is truly an exhaustion, right, of some sort, or just maybe it's the fat finger. I don't know, whatever. Um, but that would seem to me that then at some point we should be getting a push up and over, and once we do, great opportunity to buy in and really make some money. Remember what we talked about. So far, the first half of, or the first quarter so far, in 2019, it's pretty much stayed true to this downward movement. During the second quarter, would be interesting to see if it starts to push up. So that means after March, going into April, we'll be on the buy side of things. Right now we're on the sell side, but we're right here at the bottom, and this bottom is holding pretty good. And that's another reason why, if I look at this right here and I say, wow, if we buy off this bottom, would it really be that bad? And I gotta say probably not, because this thing has held up pretty good here on the bottom, right? So the only question would be, what's the catalyst going to be to push it up, which would be, of course, if we can get some type of positive news trade-wise coming out of Washington. So, for now, it's going to be a hold, but definitely something that we want to look at. Sorry, I just snapped. Or Um, yeah, hope for now. Anyway, hope this helps out, guys. Pretty much got a hold on everything for the moment. Everything's kind of recalibrating right now. So we'll look at it over the next couple of days and see when there's an opportunity to get back into the market. But right now, just don't really see any real good opportunities. So right now, I'm just kind of sitting on the sidelines. Anyway, hope this helped you guys out. I will talk to you soon. Talk to you Monday. Take care. Have a great weekend.